Hey, it's Dan from Nancy and Dan Travel at Disney and Beyond, and today we have everyone's favorite, a room tour. We have just arrived at Disneyland, came straight from the airport. And can you tell where we are? Looks like Jungle Book theming to me. And you'd be right, we are in the Disneyland Tower. And this is going to be the video room tour of DVC, Disney Vacation Club, Unit 0328. And this is, yes, a duo studio. Talk about what that means as opposed to a deluxe studio. Okay, look at the wallpaper here. This is classic Disney. Look at this. And yes, still some of the characters from Jungle Book, but much more than that on the walls. This is actually stunning. Oh, and there's one other fellow here I wanted to show you. Yeah, there he is. Okay, so let's go inside and start our duo studio room tour. Unit 0328 here in the DVC Tower, Disneyland. Okay, so right off the bat, a few comments. We'll take a quick scan around, then we'll get into the details. A duo studio is maximum capacity for 2 adults. That's it, 2 adults. And so there is no bed, it is a Murphy bed. And so we'll pull that down, you'll see me do that, see what that's all about. That's what a duo studio is. All right, let's go back to the beginning here. Okay, so let's get started with the left-hand side, and there is the full-length mirror. It's actually quite nice. There's the thermostat, and while yes, there's an electric outlet down there, then over here, and so aside from the Keurig coffee maker with the electrical outlets, 3 of them, plus a USB and a USB-C electrical outlet. And yes, we have the K-Cups, Disney coffee, and green tea, English tea, caffeinated condiment kit. And yes, Nancy and I are here. We are celebrating our 12th wedding anniversary. That's what brings us. All right, continuing, we have drawers. There's 3 of them. And these are very deep, like that. And there's the second one. And then the third one's just like the second one. Okay, let's open this and see what's inside. Aha. So here we have the safe, and this is a good size. Let me see how deep this is. All right, it goes up to my elbow. Up close to my elbow. So that's my elbow. That's going to fit a laptop for sure and a tablet. Excellent, like that. Nice and deep. And that's my elbow. And we have 2 open drawers here for more storage. Lots of storage in these duo studios. Excellent. And again, there's the Welcome Powell family. There's the phone. And look at this, pad of paper and a pen. Nice. And let's just get the anything over here. So there is a hole right there, and I have no idea what it was for. All right, let's continue. But yes, there is the menu, Disneyland Hotel, because what they have here, which is very nice, do not get this in all of the Walt Disney World DVC units, is in-room dining. Other perks, wellness, so a nice book. There's the dining options there. We're actually going to Palm Breeze tonight. And we have reservation as well at Trader Sam's later in our stay. Again, you got in-room dining, coffee house, pool, breakfast and lunch. So we've got lots of good information. Okay, let's put that back. Now, here, is this a cooler or is it an actual mini fridge? Putting my hand in there, that actually is pretty cool. And that's not up to, I'm gonna put that a little bit cooler. And yes, this is a freezer. And look at this, even a mini ice cube tray. Wow, first time I've seen that in any Disney property. Excellent, top marks. Microwave. And look at this, look at those where they put the microwave. Very convenient for those who may be needing assistance, maybe using a wheelchair or ECV or scooter. Nice location. First one I've seen down that low. Excellent. And here are cups, saucers, wine glasses, and cutlery is going to be here. Betcha, betcha. Yep, there's the cutlery. All right, let's continue. Here we've got a cushion chair. One could say it's a love seat. I think it's oversized, a single seat, but it is a great height. And I'll get the measurement up right now for how high that is. That is great in the morning to try to, put on your socks, put on your shoes, or opposite in the evening, take them off. That is a really great height. I like that. I've got the curtain here closed, trying to show you. It does not come out that well. But again, they've got Disney characters, the Jungle Book. See them there? So it's very nice print. And then here, of course, is the Murphy bed. Before we open the Murphy bed, let's take a look. We've got a single chair, and we have one. Do we have it? Do we have other side? Yes, you've seen it. We've got two night tables. Excellent. And I'm telling you, each night table comes with its own on-off switch for the lights, and a USB and a USB-C, and one electrical outlet. If you've seen our video on the Duo Studio in Poly Tower, a major criticism, not just of myself, but also of seniors from the Disney for Seniors Facebook group, is that in the Duo Studio, at the new Island Tower at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort at Walt Disney World, there are not two nightstands. There's not one. There are 0 nightstands for the Duo Studio. So I think the design architects of Walt Disney World could learn a thing or two from the design architects of what real people really want when they stay at Disney. We want nightstands, especially those of us getting up in age, for our glasses and our medication bottles and maybe our CPAP machines. I do like this theming. I like the theming better than I thought I would. Okay. So these are, again, unlike the Duo Studio in the Island Tower at Disney's Polynesian Village. They have something similar, but these are not on wheels. I can move them around a little bit. These handles are just for, here's the bottom. See, there's no wheels there. Okay. I'll get those out of the way in a minute when it comes to the Murphy bed. And yes, I'm sure you've seen this in other Duo Studio room tours. But now this is, I guess with the theming of the Disneyland motif, pretty colorful. But it does say the bare necessities of life will come to you, right out of the Jungle Book. Okay. Hi, okay, so I put the camera down, and I want to show you from this more wide angle so you get a much better feel for what it takes to pull down the Murphy bed. In our previous videos, I brought the camera along with me as I'm using one arm. But I think this gives you a better view, so hopefully you'll agree. Let me know in the comments if this view of the Murphy bed being pulled down, how it operates, is good for you, okay? All right, so here's a Murphy bed, and I'm just gonna use one hand, nothing up my sleeves, Southern California, short sleeve. You can't get this humor just anywhere. All right, here we go. Now, maybe you're wondering, because they came out pretty fast, that, wow, it's gonna crash on the floor. Because they have like this, not a hard stop, but they have this stopper mechanism, so it won't crash on the floor. Let's continue, I'll pull it down. And there you have it. Okay, so several comments to make here. First, again, look at that theming. This Baloo and sleeping away there. Now, where did the stuff go? What stuff? Well, the chair, the first, what's it, ottoman-like unit, 2 cushions that were on the couch, And over here is the second ottoman. I pulled them away before I pulled down the Murphy bed. If you don't do that, it may not lie flat. For example, the Murphy beds, if you've seen our video of the beach club, Disney's Beach Club Resort, for example, Walt Disney World, the most recent room tour where I neglected to pull off the cushions off of the couch, and the Murphy bed did not come down flat. So make sure you take everything out of the way before you pull down the Murphy bed. But yes, having these, I just cannot emphasize it enough, having these two night tables, and again there's the light switch, just like the other side, USB, USB-C, electrical outlet, and there is a little shelf to put stuff. So this is a much better configuration and setup than the Duo Studio over at the Polly's New Island Tower. Okay, so I'm gonna put the Murphy bed back up, and then we'll continue with the tour. Okay, Murphy bed is put back in place. Everything looks nice and tidy. Now I should mention, if it looks dark in the room to you, well, it is. One disappointment I have is that there is a definite lack of lighting. Here's the ceiling. Not one light, not one ceiling light anywhere on that ceiling. So that does cause this unit to be on the darkish side. Yes, the TV has the nice background light, but it's kind of dark. All right, I know some of you seniors asked me about that. Let's continue with the tour. So here's the closet. Again, laundry basket if you're going to do laundry, but again, there's no washer dryer in these Duo Studios here, so you got to take it to the common area to do the laundry. Ironing board. That's where your towels are, or it's not towels, excuse me. That's where your pillows are for the Murphy bed. They are not spare pillows, as I've seen more than one youngin' Disney vlogger on YouTube say. Those aren't spared. That's where your pillows are for the Murphy bed. Okay? And yes, there's the steamer right there. That's nice touch. Some bathrobes with the Disneyland Hotel. Show that to you. That's quite nice. I think I should say, did you notice that the light came on automatically when I opened the door to the closet? There, you can see how it shuts automatically. That's a nice touch. That's really nice. Okay, let's continue. And now to the bathroom. So first, what have we got? Well, it's a pocket door. There we go. Took me a few seconds to figure this one out. They're all different. That's the pocket door to the bathroom. And another huge difference between the Duo Studio in Polly's New Island Tower and the Duo Studio here in the Disneyland Tower is that the sink is actually inside the bathroom, which makes a heck of a lot more sense than having it out there next to the dresser. Okay, so hello. So here, now this is very nicely lit. I really like this with the lights inside the mirror. I will say makeup mirror, yes, but there is no light that's part of the makeup mirror. Very roomy bathroom here. There's the toilet, more theming, 4 towels, 4 bath towels, even though Duo Studios for 2 people. And then this is a really nice touch. Again, I'll put down the measurement of how high that lift is for you to go into the shower. Open the shower door, handheld and rainforest. And there's the standard Disney products. Very nice touch, the bench. Very nice touch. And again, I'll put how high that bench is for you. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Almost done here with the tour. Okay. 2 hooks here, probably for your bathing suits if you're going to go swimming in the pools. There's several pools here on property. They added one with the new tower. And then as far as toiletries, well, there's a shower cap and base cloth, extra toilet paper roll. And there's this, again, no soap bar, none. Very different. They have a hand soap and a body lotion in these very plastic looking dispensers. Well, you be the judge if you like that design or not. Let me pull the tissue box out of the way just to show you. Yes, 2 more electrical outlets there. Okay, and now we're gonna go and see the balcony. Let's go. And so you might be wondering why I have the drapes or the curtains pulled. Now we'll do the not so big reveal, and you'll see why. Again, this is a standard duo studio unit here at Disney Vacation Club's tower at Disneyland Hotel. Standard, not a preferred. Okay, so I pulled back the heavy curtain. You can start to see why, through the sheer type curtain, why I had it pulled. Again, this is a standard view duo studio. Let me show you what counts as a standard view. Well, it definitely is not Disneyland theme park. Now, I will tell you, yes, I unlocked the mechanisms before I started recording, if I could just push open the sliding door. This balcony is huge. They've chosen to cut it off part way. There's more of the balcony there, which is disappointing, but I'm sure for safety reasons they cut it off here. But this is huge, very long. But yes, this is the view after a long day at Disney's California Adventure or at Disneyland theme parks. This is the view you get. And yes, the noise that you have in the background. I would say, if it's me, next time I would definitely hold out for a preferred duo studio. If we come back to do a duo studio again here at Disney Vacation Club's Disneyland Tower. Because I don't really see Nancy or I spending any time out here. So let us know in the comments what you think of this view. Let's go back inside. Okay, so that's it for our room tour. What did you think? Would you be comfortable staying here if it was just yourself on a solo trip or with a partner? Let us know in the comments. Now, if you want to see this unit, this duo studio, Disney Vacation Club standard view unit here at the Disneyland Tower evaluated using the seniors checklist, then you can click on the link right here to start that video when it's available for you. Look that up. Otherwise, there's another video for you from our Disney Travel channel, older adults and seniors. Thanks for watching. Have a magical day. Disney style.